Hello everyone and welcome to another video on accounting. Today we are discussing why adjusting entries are needed. In my other videos we will talk specifically about each type of adjusting entry, and so hopefully we are going to keep it under 10 minutes so that it's easy to watch, and each one has comprehensive examples. So let's look at why adjusting entries are needed. Now, there are three reasons why adjusting entries are needed. Reason number one is that some activities, such as using supplies, are not recorded on daily basis. So, when an organization purchases supplies, be they stationery supplies like pen, paper, pencil, binders and folders, or cleaning supplies. Now, the accountant for that organization will not check at the end of the day how much of the supplies are used and how much are remaining. Rather, the accountant will do that at the end of the period, which could be a month. So, at the end of the month, accountant will update the accounting records for the fact that how much of supplies are used and how much are left. And this is done through an adjusting entry. Example 2 is that some costs are paid in one accounting period and then expire with the passage of time, which again is not recorded on daily basis. So a good example would be car insurance. When an organization purchases car insurance starting in January, now and if one day of January has passed, the accountant for that business will not update the accounting record to say that one day has passed and that should be recorded as an expense. Rather, the accountant will wait until the accounting period or until the end of the accounting period, which is 1 month in our example. So that means at the end of January to update the accounting record for the fact that 1 month of insurance has expired. This is done through an adjusting entry. The third example is that some costs are not recorded at all. For example, utilities. Now those utilities are being used, say, in the month of January on daily basis. Utilities are like water, heating, and electricity. They are used on daily basis, but the bill might arrive in another accounting period, which is February, for example. The accountant will not wait until February to have the bill in front of him or her to record the utility usage in the month of January. Rather, the accountant will, at the end of the January, update the accounting record through an adjusting entry for the fact that utilities were used in January. We will talk about more examples for each one of them. So, some activities such as using supplies are not recorded on daily basis. Now, this line represents the life of a business. The life of a business is divided into accounting period. Generally, that accounting period is 1 year, and then that accounting period is further divided into each month. So you have accounting period 1, accounting period 2, and accounting period 3. So what happens is that, say, this business purchased paint supplies, and those paint supplies are being used on daily basis. The accountant for this business will not, at the end of each day, determine how much of the paint supplies are used, and in this case, how many buckets were used, and therefore we should record them. Rather, the accountant will determine that at the end of each month or at the end of each accounting period, in this case, month. So that's when the accountant determines that, okay, 3 buckets were used, and therefore those 3 buckets should become expense. And the fact that 2 are still left, and that should be updated as well. And this update is done through an adjusting entry. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is that some costs are paid for in one period and expire with passage of time, which again is not recorded on daily basis. So again, this line represents the life of a business, and the life of a business again is divided into accounting period. So you have accounting period 1 and you have accounting period 2, 3. Now, say that this business purchased internet services for 15 months and paid for it completely, $1,500, and the service starts January 1st. So when when it starts using that in January, the accountant again will not at the end of each day of January determine how much of the internet is used and therefore we should update accounting record. This doesn't happen. So rather, accountant will wait until the end of the period and to determine that how much was used and how much is left. So how much time has expired for the internet service. And therefore, the accountant will record the 12 months that are expired, for example, in accounting record, and the fact that 3 months are still left, and that will be done through an adjusting entry. So again, in this example, internet expense is not recorded on daily basis, rather they are updated at the end of accounting period. So the third example is some costs are not recorded at all. For example, utilities used in the current period, but the bills arrive in another period. Now this line again represents the life of a business, which is then divided into accounting periods 1, accounting period 2, and accounting period 3. And by accounting period, by now it could be on a monthly basis or on a yearly basis. So the business starts using utilities, water, heating, and electricity in one accounting period. However, the bill arrives in another accounting period. So the usage is done in one accounting period and the bill arrives in another accounting period. Now the accountant of this business will not wait until the bill arrives to record the usage of the utilities. Rather, the accountant at the end of the period, which is January, must record and update the accounting record to ensure that utility expense is recorded in period number 1, even though no bill is received. And this again is done through an adjusting entries. So there are three reasons why adjusting entries are required in accounting. So each one will be explained with further examples in our other videos. Make sure you watch other videos for specific examples of each type of adjusting entries. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification icon for more videos. See you in the next video.